But did the ocean breeze pacify you? Did the palm trees sanctify you?
Good day, good people. Welcome back to another episode of Jojo and
Dee. Welcome.
Yes, we are a bi-weekly podcast that comes to you every other Monday. So we come to you Monday, skip a Monday, come back to you the next Monday. Mm-hmm. All right. We are two friends that decided to take some of our private conversations and make them public as we learn to grow and navigate through life step by step. So if you're watching this, you can watch it on the Just Jovet YouTube page. And then also you can follow us on social media at Just Jovet, and D, tell the people where they can find you.
The letter J, the number 2, Riley on Instagram.
So, yes, we'd like to welcome you back. We took a little break. So we took 1 week off to get some things together and breathe a little bit. But we are back this Monday. So if you're watching this live, we're actually shooting this live today. So we're shooting this on a Saturday. But the audio version will drop on Monday for this. So if you are joining us live, hey, we hope you enjoy this little treat that we decided to do for you guys today. And we can see your comments if you decide to comment or join in on this discussion with us today. So feel free, don't hesitate to join in with us if you catch us on the live part for this today. And if you don't, you know where to find us because you found us. If this is your first time, we say welcome to the Jojo and D family. For all of our day ones, which you all are, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, very much so for being here with us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So, D, how's your extended break been? Because since we took a break last time, how's your 2 weeks been?
Extended break has been full of excitement, nervousness, a lot of things to tackle. I have a lot of things on my to-do list, so I'm really trying my best to prioritize because it seems like everything is a priority, so to speak. Still working on my home ownership journey, trying to get back into the groove with the health and fitness. I have fallen off, you guys, like tremendously, so I really do need to get back on that, and just, it's just been a lot, to say the least. Like, it's been a lot for me. But I'm still here. I'm still moving. I'm still shaking. We are nearing the 3rd month of the year. So, hey, I still got goals. And I'm just trying to get myself together so I can be able to tackle each of those goals before the year is out, or at least by my deadline. So that's basically what's been going on with me. But like I said, I'm still here, still moving, and still shaking. So I'm going to remain positive so I can keep moving forward. How about yourself?
I've been pretty good. I won't complain about everything that's going on. Now, what I will say is, in the last 2 weeks, does my neck look any thinner? Look at that double neck. It's a little bit lower. Mm-hmm. So I've really been trying to focus in some of the things that I've been encountering. We're actually going to talk about today, because that's what we do. We don't just get on here and just have fun. We have fun, but we have some nuggets in there when we talk about stuff. So yeah, I've really been trying. Let me go ahead and say that, trying. And y'all, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I am so addicted, to fast food, fried food, good food.
Bad food. Food that's bad for you.
Like, it's real. Like,
Yeah.
yes. And I know that a lot of us are in that same situation, but that's really what I have been focused on these last weeks, is really my nutrition and trying with that. And I know we talked about that before, and that was like part of my first like consistency goals. But it's not built overnight, right?
Right.
So, and like we said, you're in this journey. We're in this journey together as we learn to navigate. So, my side note, my new headphones, as we were setting up everything, my new headphones, the cord, my computer fell, bent the cord. And so now I'm back to my old shedding headphones, which are not as comfortable as my new ones because the cord wouldn't switch. I tried.
But at least you kept them. As you can see,
know.
You never know when you have to revert back. You just don't know. Just don't know. So watch it.
Don't know.
Don't forget the bridge that brought you over.
Don't forget it. Don't. Not at all. That's what's up. That's what's up. Man. Anything else you wanted to bring up right now before we get into it for the day?
Well, it is a little early for the Saints. Hello. Not too much I really want to bring up, but like I said, y'all, I'm just moving forward right now. Some days I feel like I'm on fumes, but to God be the glory. I'm gonna keep pressing on. I guess I'm just getting more into the field of what extreme adulting looks like. I've heard a lot of people who are older than me say, you know, life does not get easier as you get older. You just learn how to deal with everything that comes your way and be able to move forward. So every year you go through life, it's just preparing you for that next step. So that's really how I'm feeling right now, y'all. I don't want to be negative, but it's a lot going on, but I'll be fine. Definitely. I'm still here.
My pastor preached on his sermon the other week. I guess it's probably like a month and a half ago. He was like, let's get it through your head, okay? Life is not.
Life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
Hello. But like we talked about on the last episode, it's all about that positive mindset, and you have to really remind yourself about that. Like that's not something that you can just poof always have. I was actually talking to my gym buddy yesterday, and she was explaining like how your brain works and all this kind of stuff from this woman. I'm gonna read it, and then come back to it. But the whole thing is you can actually create like new brain patterns in how you grow your brain. So like you have the little things, right? The dendrites is what they're called. So dendrites look like equivalent to what, if you don't know what that is, like when you look at a tree and the pattern of a tree, that's like a dendrite pattern. That's what they call it. I remember I learned this back in college and my mind was like blown. Yes, I went to some seminar. I don't even remember what it was for. It was for like extra credit or something. And I learned about dendrites and their significance and how they're everywhere. Like they're in your veins. they're in your whole brain is dendrites. Like we were talking about the brain, like trees, grass, roots. They all have this pattern. Lightning. Check out Reason Dion if y'all haven't. I love that show. Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, episode 2.
Yeah. But anyway, she was talking about how the lady was studying it, and you just have to put in the work. Like that was the whole thing. Is like you have to put in the work with the individuals, and that's what allows, putting in that work allows their brain to then redevelop. And then you redevelop that positivity because you have 3 sections of your brain. You have your non-conscious, your subconscious, and then you have your conscious. Your non-conscious fires like the fastest, and then your subconscious is like fast, and then evidently your conscious only like the dendrites only fire, I think she said like 40 times a minute or something like that. So it's like really slow compared to the other ones. The other ones are like to the 10th or to the 20th or whatever. A little bit of nerdiness for
It's okay.
the morning or the top of the pod. But it's really kind of cool. I thought that was I'm gonna look into it, bring it back to y'all. Let me see what the lady's name is. Carol something. Carolyn Leaf. Carolyn Leaf is her name. So, but anyway.
Leaf.
Yep. It's on the back of Leafs too. It's crazy. But anyway. Yeah, positive mindset. You can the whole moral of that was you can regrow it. It just takes time.
And train yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put in the work.
You're right.
When are we going to get right? When are we going to get and understand that there is no substitute for putting in the work? None. We always try these get quick schemes, or I could get here, I could get there, I could,
or microwavable solutions.
But listen, doesn't happen that way. But anyway, y'all, you ready for it? Let's get into the topic of the day. Topic of the day. Topic of the day. Bounce.
We gotta add that.
So,
manscaping.
We're talking about something that was completely new to me, and when we were discussing the topic, what did you find out, Dee, when we were talking about it?
The topic of today.
That it was new to you too.
Great. New to me, and with something there's a simple solution to it. Very, very simple.
Yeah. So we're talking about distraction and focus. Distraction and focus. We need like a Google person up here. And then they just come
the
in.
Dictionary.
Well, that's what I'm going
across
right now.
the screen.
So, distraction is defined as there's like two definitions, but distraction is defined as a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else, right? Or a diversion or recreation. But the second definition is not really applicable, I would say, to what we're talking about today.
Applicable or relevant?
Relevant, yes. Whichever one you want to use. Extreme agitation of the mind or emotions. But in terms of what we're talking about today, distraction versus focus. So keep this in mind. A thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else, a diversion or recreation, right? And then focus, right? is defined as a noun, right? So we're using these both as nouns. The center of interest or activity, right? Not really what we're talking about right now, because that just means you're like the focus of attention. No, but we're talking about this one. The state or quality of having or producing clear visual definition. So, going back, distraction is a diversion, right? Focus is you have a clear vision. So, let me tell you how we came up with this. I was listening to a podcast called Thrift Diving. One of my favorite weekly things, right? She's a DIYer, all of that. And on her podcast, she was talking about how she runs every day 4 to 5 miles. So she decided that she wanted to run a half marathon because she hadn't ran in a long time. It's been a minute since she had done, I want to make sure I get the story right, that she had ran a longer distance. So she's like, I'm gonna do a half marathon. Right. So I'm telling some people this story about this podcast because I like it. I find it fruitful to my life. Right. So I'm talking about it, fitness journeys, all of that. And so I was like, that's good. She ran 10.2 miles. But in her story, she was like, I ran 10.2 miles. Then my podcast ended. And I started fumbling with my phone. And then I realized that my legs hurt. I'm out of breath. I'm tired. I can't finish. I'm not going to finish. Not that I can't finish. I'm not going to finish because I started fumbling with my phone. And when I was telling this story, the guy says, "Oh, that's because she was distracted, not focused." And I said, What do you mean? Yeah, I was like, what do you mean not distracted and not focused? I was like, help me understand this. And so he was like, if she had been focused, it wouldn't have been a problem, regardless of what happened to the podcast or fumbling on the phone. He said she was just distracted, and that's how she was able to run the 10 miles because she was distracted. And and it still didn't fully make sense to me, like how you can go so long with being distracted, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I was completely like, it was a new concept for me. And then when I got it, I started asking my questions. Like, what do you see as the difference? Like, is there a difference Do you see it? Do you see the difference between distraction and focus?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah. But feel free to chime in at any time. But I was just like, wow, go through your thought process when you were first having this conversation together, and tell me how you were thinking, and let's tell the people how you were thinking, because I was like, I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all.
So when I thought about it, I was like, wait, blown away as well. And I was like, what is going on? Like, distraction, focus. But she allowed her distraction to keep her from, running even more than what it was. What did you say, 10.2? What was her goal?
13.1. A half marathon is 13.1 miles.
Okay, sorry, y'all. See, that's when I told y'all about my fitness health, baby steps. I'm still on the milk. Okay, hello. But yeah, so she allowed her phone to distract her from finishing. So basically, when you're distracted, it's not necessarily having the lack of focus, but you're basically putting your focus on something else other than the task at hand. So her task or her goal was to complete this marathon, and she allowed that phone to be a distraction for her to where she was almost there, but didn't quite finish. So when I was thinking about the story that Jovette was saying, I was like, it's a lot of times where we're basically almost there. I know what in church we normally say, you're right at the edge of your breakthrough, Jesus. So a lot of times once we get so close, it's that one tiny thing. Either we're hearing something, we have people in our ears, or we say, oh, well, I'm almost finished with this, so guess what? I can add another piece to something that's not even relevant to what I'm doing, because we have that I'm almost there mentality to where we're like, okay, I can add on something else, or I can allow this to become a distraction, but not really thinking that it's a distraction. You're just thinking that, okay, you're just going through life, but that's just some things that I thought about. I was like, we're almost there. And to go back to my own thing, I'm almost there with a couple of things. And I think, Jojo, I was talking to you about this yesterday. I was like, I ended up taking on something, saying that I can do it. Well, I know I can do it. Here's the thing. I know I can do that extra thing. But is it part of the plan to reach the goal that I'm focusing on now? And so by me even saying, hey, yes, I can do this extra thing, it's a distraction. So now I have to let that go, because my main focus is not in alignment with my goals and the plan that I set out to achieve. Yep. So when Jojo said this, I was like, wait, what's going on? But if you guys just begin to think about a lot of things that have gone on in your life, like, it's something so simple that we pretty much do all the time, not really knowing. And I guess we think of it as something that, okay, we can take on this, or let me just dip and dabble here for a quick minute, but not really thinking that that does have an effect on your overall plan and your overall plan of action, so that you can complete and finish your goals. So that's kind of some things that I thought about when, me and you were talking the other day about that distraction versus the focus.
Yeah. And a lot of times just because you're distracted doesn't make you non-successful. A lot of times you can, like, so if her podcast was 15 minutes longer, or whatever she was listening to was 15 minutes longer, then that distraction would have lasted for her, for her to reach her goal that she wanted. But I started thinking, like, well, life doesn't really work like that. And that's what really separates us. That's what separates the individual, and how people are able to persevere. And that's the biggest thing. You're able to persevere because you're focused. You're not distracted by, okay, life is going good right now. I have money in the bank, whatever your thing is, I got a new job, I got this and I got that, and everything's going good, right? But when you're focused, it doesn't matter, what happens. You're still going to reach your goal. You understand that now it may take me longer, but you don't let that divert you from your path. You might detour, but that's what separates you. Focus is what separates you and allows you to truly go that next level.
Yeah.
And not be hindered. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, how much stuff do I call focus?
When it's really a distraction.
It is really a distraction. I was like, oh my gosh. And I tell you, when that happened and that whole conversation occurred, it changed my complete mindset. It changed my complete mindset like that. And that's why I'm like, yes, I'm paying attention to what I'm eating, literally. And doing what I'm supposed to do. The thing is to keep that up, right? Because we talked about that at the beginning of the podcast. Our first episodes were about consistency, right? But the other part of that is okay, immediately I had this whole shift in my mindset. And it's all right, get back to eating. How can we adjust our gym routine, right? To make it more effective, because you need to do more because you're not at your maximum yet. You don't want to max out.
Right.
But you're not doing everything that you need to do, because what ultimately right now, Jovette, what is your goal that you want in life, right? I want to be better, but I want to be better in this area in terms of my health. I want to be better with my health. That's my number one goal right now. And it's just amazing how this was iterated to me. Now, the thing is to push past, like I was saying before we officially started, I am truly addicted to bad food. Fried food, fast food, all that. It is a struggle for me. And I know I'm not the only one. Yeah. I'm not the only one. 3 days of eating certain way, and I'm like, can a girl get a French fry?
A cupcake.
I mean, last night I bought 10 streets, right? But that's all this part of our whole growing process that we're doing here right now is don't dwell on it. Don't beat up yourself on it. You pick it up. You keep moving. And if you were distracted, you can't pick it back up. Yeah. So I just hope this is blessing y'all, really understanding the difference between distraction and focus, and don't mistake focus for distraction. Period. It takes some other elements when you're focused. You've got to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you can't be focused. And focus is not something that comes overnight. It's a process. Like we started this whole conversation off with the whole dendrite thing. You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
You say this every week, but it's true. It's true.
It's true or not true?
It's very true. Okay? Yeah. However you want to say true is true. It's true, son. Cause
I don't know why, like, we're having this conversation. The only thing that keeps sticking around in my head right now is having a plan. Writing down that plan. I know in previous episodes we had the goal setting little. I keep forgetting what we call it.
we called it a plan of action board.
Plan of action board. So,
not a vision board.
Not the vision. The plan of action. Thank you for the correction. Hello. I just keep playing that over and over, like, have that plan. And for me, some of you may be able to keep it all in here. I can't. Not me personally. I need to see it on paper. I know at my job we have this see it, own it, solve it deal that's going on. So, like, I have to have something written down because it's going to keep me focused. Now, what you said earlier, Javed, you were saying about the distractions. Things are going to come and things are going to go. But when they do come, like you said, again, what sets us apart is just being able to not focus on that or not, let our attention wander so we can be consistent with, what we call it, following through. And that's just something that keeps just playing. Just, D'Angela, make sure you have that plan, the plan of action. Because things are going to come. You're going to be distracted. You're going to have people in your ear. But what's going to set me apart is that I'm able to move forward and follow through. So,
Yep. It's just focus.
Focus.
A clear vision. Write the vision, make it plain. I mean, whatever you need, like whatever you need to understand that.
Yeah.
And I didn't, like I said, I was like, I was mind blown. Something so small. Mm-hmm. And like the two individuals that I was talking to, it was so clear to them. It was clear to them. But these two individuals have something in common. And they're both fitness heads, right? Mm-hmm. So they understand what it takes to get to that level. Mm-hmm. Just what it takes to get there.
To the next level, yeah.
Takes focus. And don't put off today, man. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Like you hear people say this, but that stuff is real. Mm-hmm. Like I have somebody that is two people I know are about to graduate with their master's degrees. And it was like yesterday. Yes, congratulations to them. Like, and it seems like yesterday they just started. I was like, already? But that's the way life works. Mm-hmm. Just incremental turns into monumental. So, let's.
I like that. I must steal that from you.
Okay. I'm sure somebody else said it before. Yeah. I'm pretty sure somebody said it before me, but I was just, incremental.
Look, it's my first time hearing it. Just like the story you shared with me. First time.
Yes. Good morning, Eva. But yes. It's just I'm speechless now, mm-hmm. And when it comes to that whole thing. And is there anything else that we were supposed to cover on here that we didn't cover on here? Because
I think we pretty much covered everything. It's kind of segue into a lot of things down the list. So I think we pretty much pretty much covered
everything we wanted to cover.
Now I have some homework now.
Yeah. You got homework now.
Put in that work.
Put in that work.
Work. Put in that work.
Find you a clear vision.
Mm-hmm.
A clear vision. Your clear vision, and that's what you focus on, right? Because that's what a focus is, right? We read it earlier.
Right. Make that the
clear
center.
vision. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And everything will fall into place because that's what your vision was for that. And distraction is temporary. Focus is everlasting. If you allow it to be. When you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think about faith when you say focus. Because you have to have that faith in order to understand focus. And that's because there's going to be times where you really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as your vision is there, then you can allow faith to come in. Use that faith to remain focused, if that makes sense. So,
and follow through.
Yep.
Follow through. You're not always going to be able to see that end. You know what you want to do.
Yep.
But
and it can be done.
Yeah.
And it can be done. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged.
Don't give up.
Because you have stuff coming your way. We got to do our song. I'm going to tell you what song just came in my head. And I'm going to have you sing it because...
Tell the saints.
See if you catch it on the first. Don't give up the fight. What's the next line?
Don't give it up. Don't give up the fight.
Give up the fight. Kia.
In all seriousness, though,
yes.
Don't give up.
So when you going through something, yes, go ahead, D.
No, I'm saying don't give up. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Trust and believe you're gonna make it. Just remain focused. And I know, I'm sorry, this is extra. You were saying this the other day. Make sure you do your part. And if whatever you can't do after you've done all that you can, He gonna take care of the rest. Just do your part.
What you can't do, God can do, man.
Yes. Just do your part. Hold your part.
This song, it says, in this walk, we face many battles.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not yours. They belong to the Lord. Put on the armor of God. Delight yourself in His word.
Mm-hmm.
The part I was singing right here. Don't give up the fight. It's too late to give up now. Because guess what? We already in this thing.
Mm-hmm. We at 10 point, what you say, 10.2?
Yeah, we at 10.2.
We at 10.2.
You at 10.2.
We almost there.
It's too late to give up. You didn't go this far. Ain't going this far. Just keep on trucking, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The main thing goes, fight on. Fight on. Fight on. So,
you been taking lessons?
From you?
I was asking because the shape of your mouth while you forming these words.
Don't
Choir director would love you
the fort.
with all your north and south. We hate east to west.
You look ugly. East to west don't work. Oh. Fight on. Remember that today. Fight on. That's a good song. I hadn't listened to that song in a minute.
And here's my sadness.
Mm-hmm.
I need to listen to the song because I don't think I've heard the song. May have heard it, but didn't. Yeah, but don't.
This song is
really
old. It's
Exactly.
Kevin
I'm
Davidson.
pretty sure I heard it. Who is it?
Kevin Davidson. Kevin Davidson has a catalog. Or I mean, if y'all want to listen to the full song of "Fight On," it is the song we are referencing is by Kevin. I think I said it already. Kevin Davidson and the Voices. I'll link their YouTube video in the description of today's video. So, yeah. Any last thoughts or words or comments or anything from today?
Well, thank you once again for joining us. Stay focused.
Yep,
Stay focused. Continue to do the work.
And put in the work. All right, with that being said, until next time, peace out. One love,
Peace
Jesus
out.
Christ. Remember that.
But did the ocean